So hello guys, कैसे हो यार सब. और in this video we are going to talk about research papers. So in this video I'll tell you exactly how you publish a research paper from the starting to the end. And you might ask, like, why am I telling you this? Because I myself have published 3 research papers and currently I'm working on my 4th. So this video is for beginners who want to like start publishing a research paper, or for advanced people who are stuck in a certain phase. So I'll explain each of them brief by brief, and you'll get exactly how it is done. So yeah, let's go. So in this video I'll talk about what a research paper is. So a research paper is basically a research you're conducting in a specific domain. For example, I'll talk by taking an example. Like, for example, I published a research paper in machine learning domain. Why machine learning? Because I had an interest in it. So like, first you have to find your interest or passion, like what you want to do research in. And a research paper is combined of all the thoughts you put in, and it can be anywhere. Like you can do it on your own, you can do it under a professor, you may be a PhD scholar, you may be doing a bachelor's degree, a master's degree. So there are various factors of like why do you publish a research paper. So in this video I'll talk about what exactly a research paper is, and I'll explain you each and every part of it. So number one is the title of your research paper. So the title like should not be catchy, but it has to be relevant to your research paper. For example, my title was a new weight initialization method for neural networks, because my research paper was specifically included for like neural networks. So first of all, pick a title. So number two is the abstract. So abstract is basically a 300 to 400 summary, and it is never more than a page. So basically in abstract, what you do is you tell them that this part of my section includes this part of my section includes results, and you have to make it as concise and as like direct as possible, because first impression is the last impression, and if someone is reading a research paper, your abstract is the first thing he'll read after the title. So the third part is the statement of the problem. So basically you are giving here 1 or 2 lines like this is a problem I'm trying to solve, and it can be any problem. Like, for example, there are tons and tons of research papers being conducted, and there are a lot of problems being solved every day. So search for a problem in your domain or outside of your domain, and then just type it out in the statement of the problem section in your research paper. Number 4 is the methodology. So methodology basically gives them an idea like which all method you will be using in the research paper. For example, they can be quantitative, they can be qualitative, and you also tell them like where do you get the data from and the various methods you will be using in this research paper to achieve your conclusion. So let us talk about now number 5. So number 5 is a thesis statement. So this is particularly optional for many papers, I think, because not every paper demands you put in a thesis statement out there. So a thesis statement is basically, you'll be like, look, this is a statement I'm proposing, these are the facts and figures about it, and the thesis statement should be at the very end of the first paragraph, because you have to defend the thesis in your research paper. And thesis statement can be like anything, like you can give facts and figures, like because these are the facts and figures of my research paper, this is going to be a successful research paper and I am going to defend it. And a thesis statement, I don't think many like journals and publications ask for it, but if it is optional, you can like go ahead and do it, and otherwise you can just like go ahead and come to the main body section of the research paper. So number 6 is basically the literature review. So this is the last section before the you put in the body. So a literature review is basically you try to show connections between the past research papers. For example, my paper was in machine learning. So what I do is, how do I like write a literature review? I'll tell you about it. So I go ahead and find previous research papers about it. I try to show connections, like this was the previous research paper, this had some citations, some examples, some figures, and this relates to my research paper. So I try to like show connections between the previous researches conducted in machine learning, and also cite examples like how can the previous research be conducted in a better way. So you just show the basic connections between the previous research papers and your research paper in the literature review. So number 7, and the most important part of your research paper is your body. Not this one, the main body. So the body is basically where you do all the detailed analysis. You show facts and figures there. So for example, in my research paper in my body, I showed various examples of the facts and figures I was showing. I drew various derivations. You need not show the whole derivations. You just need to show the final output of the derivation. And I also showed tables where I told them that these were the previous weight initialization methods, and this is the proposed new method. So you have to propose a new method and also defend it in the body section also. So don't give any digressions out there. So just keep it concise, but do not say anything or type anything which is not related to a research paper, because it will result in a rejection of the research paper. Because if you go to a publication which is a very high valued publication, for example IEEE, so they have an acceptance rate of less than 4%. So they also reject papers on the basis of single words also. So just go ahead and write first. So basically I do a thing there's a method called write first, think later. So write all your thoughts, write all the equations, all the methods, all the tables, then sort them out. So this is the best method to put your body section out there in a very concise manner. So the second last stage of your research paper is your results. So there is no point in doing all the hard work you have been putting for months and for years if you cannot depict what results you got in. So I'll give an idea. For example, in my paper, how I got the results were, I drew a 4x4 matrix. I put the 3 initial weight initialization methods that were previously existing. The 4th one was mine. So I then started comparing them on a separate basis. I calculated the mean and the median. So you just have to show that this is the method I proposed and this is better than all the previous methods stated in the previous research papers. If it is not, it will not get accepted. I am telling you, you have to propose and prove a method which is capable of performing better than the existing methods. So it requires a lot of research, and if you have done all the research in the body section, you just have to analyze it and put it out there in the result section, and it will do good. Yeah. So the last section of the research paper is the conclusion. It's a simple conclusion, just give it a 4 or 5 line conclusion that this was done in my research paper and I have proved it, and this was the conclusion that my weight initialization method, for example in my case, was better than the previous one. And at the last you put in the references, and please put all the references which you can, and also refer them in your research paper. Even if you miss a single reference in your research paper, your paper might get rejected at the first stage. I faced it, so I am telling you, use only the references which you can refer back to your research paper. I did not use a reference in my research paper and I was pointed out that you have to use it. So keep in mind that you cannot don't use 10 to 15 or 30 references. You can do to 5 to 8 also, but please use them in the body section also, so that your paper gets accepted. So to find a partner, you have to search within your network, right? So when I published my research paper, I was working under a professor in my college. So find a professor, find a colleague, find your any student out there who can research for you on this research paper. But let me tell you, it will take a lot of time. It took me around 1.5 to 1 year to publish these 2 research papers. So to find a partner, just go ahead and try to connect with the professor and ask him if he is ready to guide you. So my professor had already published around 100 research papers, so his guidance helped me a lot. So to this is the most important step. You have to find a partner who is supportive enough so that you can work on a research paper well, and his or her guidance will also play an important part in getting accepted your research paper, because you are a newbie, right? I was also a fresher in the research paper, so I needed someone so that he could guide me, so that I could make a better research paper. So how do you find your journal? Okay, we have made a research paper, right? So now how do we send to a journal or to a conference? So I'll tell you mine. For example, my publications are in 3 conferences, namely IEEE, which is an international, all of you know it. Second is ICRT CIS, which is another international conference, and third is the ICCC-IS, which is another international conference. So how did I find these? So basically mine was a machine learning paper. Okay, so I go to Google, I type in machine learning conferences, and then I select a conference. It's not just it. You go to a conference, you select the material it is requiring. For example, mine was machine learning, so the fourth point was mentioned as machine learning. So I opened it. There were a lot of points like 4.1 to 4.20. You just have to select like this is a domain which I can send to. Don't send to like irrelevant domains, it will not get accepted. You have to like search for a specific domain which you want to send to. And the last point is whether you want to send it to a journal or a conference. So I'll tell you the basics. I'll like compare journal and conferences. Okay, so conferences is so here is a conference, here is a journal. So conferences are usually short and precise. Journals are usually long. Second point, conferences are like around 5 to 6 pages. They give you a limit. In the journals, you can publish as long as I think 12 to 15 pages. Yeah. Third of all, conferences are not peer reviewed and the journals are peer reviewed. Peer reviewed means that it is a detailed and concise method that your every word will be checked by individuals sitting there. So if you should be worried like you are sending it to a conference or a journal, the answer is no. You have worked hard for months and years to like publish a research paper, whether in a conference or a publication. You have presented in front of people. It has been accepted and then it has been published. So there is no need to worry if you are sending into a conference or like a publication. If you have time, if you have a lot of months to like give, you can send it to a publication or a journal. And I did not have a time, so I chose a conference one. So that is it for the video, guys, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me on my social media handles in the description below. And also the email ID, I'll be mentioning it in the description. Feel free to contact me if you're a fresher, if you're stuck anywhere in the process of research making, so I'll be very happy to help. And this is a new setup which I'm trying. This one, let me know the audio quality of this, if it is good or bad, in the comment section below. And this one is the JBL CSLM 20B. I'll be putting the link in the description below, and go check it out. And if you like the video, do like. If you do not like the video, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, सब्सक्राइब द चैनल. हैव अ गुड डे, बाय बाय.